You dare refuse my batchall? Hello everybody, SuperTim101 here with another build review. In this series I go over my favorite mechs with my favorite builds, whether they are considered meta or not. And today we're going to be talking about the brand new summoner that just came out in the Bloodname pack. Now I consider the Bloodname pack the Crusader pack because it's sort of the counterpart to the Warden pack. The Warden pack being a representative of the Warden clans, and the Warden clans were the clans that wanted to protect the Inner Sphere from outside forces, also keep them from destroying each other, whereas the Crusader clans wanted to invade the Inner Sphere and take it over as a new Star League. And the Warden clans, the most famous of those would be the Wolf clan, hence why we had the Timber Wolf and the Dire Wolf in the Warden pack. And in the Bloodname pack, we have the Thor, or Summoner, Thor being the Inner Sphere designation for it, and the Kit Fox, which belong to, or are famous mechs for the Jade Falcon clan. And I really like the Summoner, just as a mech in general. It reminds me of the mech that Nicolai Malthus piloted in the cartoon, the Battletech cartoon, and that's where the "You dare refuse my batchall" comes from. And of course it has this really cool line camo that reminds us of Mechwarrior 2 and the cartoon enhanced imaging, the red line camo. Really cool stuff. I really like it. And what's cool about the Summoner is that it has a couple high mounts for ballistics or energy hardpoints here. What's not cool about the Summoner is that it uses a lot of its tonnage on things like jump jets, and that makes it so that it can't run a ton of weaponry outside of that. But you can utilize these high hardpoints and the mobility that the jump jets gives you, as well as the inherent mobility of the mech, to do some pretty cool things. So let's just jump into the build and see what we got. My favorite build for the Summoner is actually the 3 large pulse lasers. And yes, you get a little bit of ghost heat from the 3 large pulse lasers. But if you fire them with the high mounts here, and then the arm after that, or just stick to the high mounts as you're pill peaking, it doesn't. The heat is more manageable. Now you can run this build on any of the Summoners. This again is my favorite Summoner build, and I'm using it on the new Summoner that came out in the Bloodname pack, Summoner G. And what the G offers you is actually this kind of cool energy hardpoint in the center torso. I'm not utilizing that, but you could run something with a ER large laser here and 2 ER large lasers in the side torsos to get 3 really high energy hardpoints, because that center torso hardpoint is actually comes out right here. So it's not down here or anything like that, it's actually right up next to the head. So think about that if you're playing around with the Summoner G. Really fun mech. But back to the build, we've got the 3 large pulse lasers and a targeting computer that gives me a little bit more range. It actually gets me to about 650 meters on the large pulse lasers. So you can poke from quite a distance away. You've got 5 jump jets, which takes up a ton of tonnage, but it does get you really high altitude on your jumps, 49.5, which is really high for a heavy mech. I use the Summoner C right arm, which gives you laser duration minus 5%, and the Summoner D left arm gives you energy range plus 5%, which again gets you to that about 650 meters on your large pulses. It doesn't matter that there's nothing in this arm. The quirk that comes with the D arm, or whatever piece of the Omni set that you put in, applies to the whole mech. So again gives you the laser duration, applies to the whole mech. Laser range or energy range applies to the whole mech. Just as a note, you'll see a lot of people run 2 PPCs in these high mounts and just sit back and poke with a fairly large targeting computer here and some more heat sinks, things like that, which isn't a bad build as well. You could drop the targeting computer for another heatsink if you really wanted to get more heat management out of the mech. But in general, the mech is quick. It goes 81 kph, which is fairly normal for a clan. Heavy. It twists really well. It jumps high. It's just a mobile mech, even if it can't run a ton of weaponry, and it can get the job done. So let's jump into the skills and see what we got. Quite a bit in the firepower, although I don't have the full, what I would call the normal laser vomit tree here, because I'm missing this right side piece. I did get all 4 of the laser duration nodes, and as much heat gen and cooldown as I could. You could add some more here if you wanted to get these 2 heat gen nodes or the cooldown nodes, but this is a pretty good, pretty standard laser vomit. I did add a ton of survivability to it, to get both the normal left side down the tree as well as most of the right side and these middle skeletal densities. That gives you pretty high. Honestly, it's kind of a squishy mech. You really rely on your mobility, peeking and pop darting and things. But because you only have got the 63 in the both side torsos, the 96 in the center, you do have some decent construction though, so that's helpful. Moving on to operations, you have the full operations tree in terms of cool run and heat containment. You want to be able to cool down fast when you got the large pulse lasers, and the heat containment gives you a little bit more capacity for heat. Then moving into sensors, we've got the left side again with the seismic sensor. It's helpful to know where the enemy is. You could actually, you might be able to take that out. I really like seismic sensor on a lot of my mechs, but this mech tends to sit back and shoot. Obviously not as long of a range as the ER largest, but with the quirks and the target computer, it has a pretty decent range. You could potentially take that out and put that somewhere else in your firepower tree, or maybe another into survival. Then, of course, the consumable slot for the advanced UAV and the cool shot. Again, this is what I run for most of my mechs. You could take the UAV out and put in a strategic strike of some sort, because you're not usually going to be in the front line. Sometimes you will. Sometimes you just want to pop that if there's a light chasing you around and you can see where they are. But you could, if you wanted to maybe increase damage output a little bit, put a strategic strike of some sort in there. But there it is. That is my Summoner G, the Thor, and let's see it in action.
Let's get to that circle together. We don't need to do the ultra-wide NASCAR.
Understood.
It's bad tactic in this map. I tend to see guys really, like a Lance and F, go far to the right, and then the other half of the team is giving up their armor. And
Yeah, I'm seeing something going on. Something going on, maybe past D4, maybe Echo 4. I'm seeing something going on.
Yeah, that's left.
They'll probably push the Delta 4 down the ditch up the ramp that way.
There's a stealth flare locust.
That's their typical NASCAR pattern.
Still there.
I'm gonna put a UAV by the ditch so you guys get some
just about to. Shooting that supernova walked right in.
We seal by the tower over there.
New target acquired.
Echo 4, we got Zeal and friends.
Guys, assault on the, yeah, assault on
Charlie. Charlie's pushing up.
Heat level critical.
And of course, Charlie.
Target destroyed.
Nicely done.
New target acquired.
Those batters with him. Delta. Yeah, there's a lot in the trench here. Delta 4, Delta 5.
New target acquired.
We can just hold this spot. We'll be good.
Target spotted.
Watch Echo. Legs on Echo if you can.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile.
Cursor.
Black Lantern.
Echo 4.
Target acquired.
Guys, got a Corsair on Delta Bomb, just on the edge.
New target acquired.
Yeah, 2 Corsairs.
Behind us.
New target acquired.
Alpha. Alpha
New
point.
target acquired.
Juliet, Juliet.
Direwolf.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Stealther and Charlie 5 is giving me trouble here.
New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
The
Warning, incoming missile.
So I'm trying to get around this guy. He's backing
New
up.
target acquired.
we must
On my way to on my
New
way.
target acquired.
There's a guy in.
Alright guys, I got a kill lead. He's being more.
New
The
acquired.
Black Lantern behind us. Charlie 4.
Joe, I got him.
Thanks.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Hi guys, you alright?
New target acquired. New target
The
acquired.
Viper's
New target acquired. UAV activated. New target acquired.
Golf.
New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Watch that Corsair and Direwolf.
New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Warning, incoming
Ah, see,
missile.
not that. I hit his head, that's why.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
ET on Alpha is weak. I get.
Hang on, that huntsman's pushing around from the back.
Target
What?
destroyed. New target
Bravo.
acquired.
Oh,
First
man,
over.
he's getting...
Black Lantern behind us, guys. Charlie 4. Somebody shoot us back.
New target
Okay.
acquired.
Understood, on my way.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed. New
Good
target
kill.
acquired.
Thanks for the help, guys.
Heat
Huntsman.
level critical.
There we
problem.
go. If we get in close ranges, ATMs won't be able to hit us. So if you will come in, I think within 90 meters, we'll all be alright.
Under 30 meters, ATMs have a minimum range of 130 meters.
Delta 3.
Sorry, Tim, you cut in front.
Alright. Everyone's just trying to get this kill, I think. Alright. Well played, guys.
Well done, everyone. That was a really good game.
Well, because I still had my right arm, and all of a sudden I saw this red thing come across. I'm like, oops.
Red blob. That felt pretty good.
The LB10 in your butt?
Actually, I don't think it hit me too bad. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What team damage you have?
Yeah, that did feel good.
Not at all. Pretty good
Yeah,
game for the...
we had 7 kills between 3 of us.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Alright, just want to do a quick review of that game. I was able to keep my distance and use my range, this just about 650 meters on the large pulses, to just keep my enemies at range and keep poking them. I was able to manage the heat pretty well. chain firing, not really chain firing, but like doing the 2 shoulder mounted and the arm mounted, 2 shoulder mounted, arm mounted, that kind of thing. This I really needed to try to alpha. You saw the alpha on the Huntsman. I think I alphaed on the Uziel as well. But also, trading with that Cougar, I know he had ATMs, but I didn't want to push him because he had the Uziel friend and the Huntsman friend with him. So I just sort of hill peeking with him, able to isolate his torsos on that and take him out. Overall, it was just a really solid game, good positioning and good damage. Well done for our 3-mana Rozes as well. Yeah, it was just a really good game. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Have a good day.